MFN's taken off in a big way. You always have that big performance as an actor or as a performer. You say, "Iske baad mujhe laga things changed."
Yeah.
Ye kab hua with MFN?
Without a doubt, MFN 7,
Okay.
Hyderabad, Falaknuma Palace.
Yes.
That event, I believe, was the turning point for MFN.
Hello, welcome to the MFN podcast. It's in your blood, it's in our blood. Actually, we want to slowly spread into your blood. We have a lady who's actually had a vision, and Ayesha Shroff has had that vision not just for sport in this country. The vision has always been to make it larger than life. They used to talk about Swash Guy. I work closely with this lady, and you have that kind of vision, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us again.
Thank you, Salil. Thank you.
Larger than life. Does it bite you sometimes? Because the vision may be larger than life, but like Sachin Tendulkar used to say, he had a vision which the others couldn't sometimes see, so he gave up captaincy and then he continued to bat. Do you sometimes have that problem that they can't see what you can see?
Well, clearly, I mean, my family and myself, we have faced the consequences of my vision in the past, and I'm hoping that with MFN, this will be my redemption. And this will be my legacy, finally, And it's not been easy, obviously, but I think we're on the right path. And where we are today, 11 shows later, is very, very, very far ahead of where we were when we began this. And that's encouraging.
When you say 11 shows also, that's another very interesting thing. It's not 11 years.
No.
So, A, how did you choose to want to do 4? And like Krishna mentioned, you might want to do more in a year.
Yes.
B, why choose that kind of format and not do just once a year in a very grand way, maybe many days or something?
Okay, so the answer to this is if I could do an MFN show every month, I would. Wow. But it just comes down to budgets,
yes.
And even to do the 4 shows I'm currently doing, to be very honest, it is a struggle. I work show to show to raise the money.
Yes.
So we aren't seeing profits as such.
Yes.
But from my conversations with other promotions globally, apparently we're in a very, very good position if we are breaking even.
Wow.
So nothing to complain there. So yes, ultimately, if I do get an investor who comes on board, monthly shows is for sure on the agenda.
Wow.
And
we've got that bigger talent pool?
Oh, 100% we do. 100% we do. And why I can't do just 1 or 2 shows a year is precisely because of this talent pool.
True.
So we have 150 fighters currently signed on the MFN roster. And that's a responsibility. It's not just about signing fighters. But I have to give them fights, right? Because that's what they do. So that becomes a challenge, that I place these fighters in as many fights as I possibly can through the 4 shows that we currently have, basically.
And when you look at the promotions also, you could have chosen anyone in the world to be your partner and had an outside influence also to be a partner. You chose your daughter and you. Now, I pose this question to a husband and wife don't want to do business together.
Definitely.
So,
agreed.
And siblings also, very tough.
Yeah.
Y'all are the only, and I've checked this, there is no mother-daughter team that does sports promotion business anywhere in the world. You have maybe father-son, yes, no mother-daughter. And fight, no.
No.
So at that point in time, has this not even been a question? It was just an organic decision?
It was absolutely organic. The thing is that my daughter and I have a very similar approach to work, okay? In the sense that we're both OCD, to put it in a nutshell. When we decide to do something, we're very focused and very driven, and we don't see anything apart from that, which can be bad as well, But however, working with her, I think we balance each other out very well, The most important thing is that the vision, the focus, the love and the passion for MMA is what binds us as far as MFN is concerned. So we have this shared vision. She brings her strengths to the table, I bring mine. And of course, it's not always like, oh, yes, yes, yes. We do have arguments. But but we are collaborative. That's what I would like to say. So we see each other's point of view as well, you know. And at the end of the day, what is it that we want? The best for MFN, which means the best for our fighters, and the entire ecosystem around the MMA community in India. So that's what drives us and what binds us.
You're so closely linked with Bollywood, you know, and every Bollywood person also loves Bollywood, whether it's an actor, whether it's a producer, but also wants to expand his wings. You know, Kabaddi did that as well.
Yes.
They use a lot of Bollywood, and it worked very well for them also.
Yeah.
How come you haven't got more of the Bollywood family on board with you, like-minded, and done business there?
So I think one thing about Bollywood and the people who are our friends and our loved ones in the business, everyone is their own boss pretty much. And I think it's very difficult to take orders from somebody, so to speak. Maybe that's why I became a producer or whatever, you know. So
that's why so many actors become producers, because they want to do films they want to do.
Exactly. So,
but that would have shared the burden.
Yeah, but nobody wanted to share the burden. Let's put it that way. You know what I mean? So we decided, look, we're doing this. We did speak to a couple of friends, you know, if they would be interested, but we didn't get much of a response. So then, you know, my husband knows everybody from the Prime Minister, you know, who I'm a big fan of, by the way, to the housekeeping here in the gym, you know. So, but he will never ever ask anybody for anything. You know, he always keeps his friendships even, you know. Take no favors and give no favors. True. Although in his case, he does give a lot of favors, which have also gotten us into trouble in the past, but that's another story. But you know what I mean. And Tiger is absolutely the same. Ditto with Krishna and ditto with me. Like, I'm a little shameless when it comes to business and stuff. I would still, but because they're Tiger's contacts or my husband's contacts, without asking them, I would never dare to do that. And then the answer I get is, please don't, you know. So then I'm like, okay, fine.
So that's why it became like this double journey that continued.
Yes, that's right.
Now, when you move forward also, you know, people always ask, are the fighters one with you? You know, is the community that you're doing so much for, are they grateful? I see them being very grateful of the opportunity that is being given, the luxury that is being given, the respect that is being given. But somewhere along the line, do they start to take that for granted? Has that happened under your watch? Let's put it that way.
I don't agree with that at all. I think for the first few MFNs, the fighter community in India were a little bit in shock that what is going on, you know, really, is this going to happen constantly? Is it a continuous thing or one-off thing, you know? And now they realize that we're in it for the long run, right? And so I also feel that we're not doing this because we want everybody to say, oh, thank you. No.
Yeah, you're not at all. So I have to clarify this. There's no 20 bodyguards before and after. They're just so unlike the typical celebrity culture that you think of. Yeah, you're totally unlike that.
Yeah. So it's not that we're waiting for anybody to like be so ever grateful and whatever. But yeah, obviously, it's nice to be acknowledged, you know. So I think a lot of fighters also, they, till now, some of them have opened up very nicely to us and share a lot with us and everything. They're more comfortable with us. Some of them are still a little shy. So for them to say, oh, you know, we thank you and we're so happy to be here and waiting for the next fight and whatever, it's not because they don't appreciate, it's because they don't know how to put it in words.
But they're also in awe. A lot of them are in awe of you also.
I think so, yeah.
I guess I don't think anybody expected Ayesha Shroff to be so incredibly involved.
Yeah, maybe.
They thought you'd probably sit in an office and would run things like that.
Yeah, but that's not me at all, you know. I mean, even when I was in production, I was the first one on set and the last one to leave. So it was literally like that, you know. So.
MFN's taken off in a big way. You know, you always have that big performance as an actor or as a performer. You say, "Iske baad mujhe laga things changed."
Yeah.
Ye kab hua with MFN?
Without a doubt, MFN 7, Hyderabad, Falaknuma Palace.
Yes.
That event, I believe, was the turning point for MFN.
But how? In what way? In what all ways? Actually, let's put it that way.
I think we had a wonderful fight card first of all. We had 12 fights. Each fight was a banger.
Yeah.
The best talent, MMA talent that the country had, figured on that card.
Yeah.
Until the new talent that we've signed subsequently, of course. The venue was incredible.
Breathtaking.
Incredible, you know.
Food was amazing.
It was, it was. Remember that
the
dinner,
table.
yeah. Lunch we had.
I was so stressed that I wouldn't be able to finish all the meals being served in. You can actually catch this footage. It's part of our MMA, MFN fighter stuff that is there on Hotstar. All this footage about the food and all, it's there.
Yeah. And the best part was that we had a live audience who actually enjoyed, who loved, who understood MMA. So throughout each fight, the cheering, I mean, that was incredible. That was incredible.
So that was the turning point for you?
That was definitely the turning point for me.
From an outside perspective, for people, when you want to have collaborations with, sponsors with, was it also 7 as a showcase event?
No, I would put that down to probably MFN 8.
Yeah.
Also, one of our Dubai shows that we did, MFN 10.
Yes.
So from a spectacle and a visual and a broadcast point of view, it looked fabulous.
Yes.
So did MFN 11 for that matter. Because post MFN 11, we have really been getting a lot of inquiries globally, you know. So, so that's been exciting. But from a live event, I would say MFN 8 for sure, which was Delhi. Because again, the Delhi crowd, phenomenal, phenomenal, you know. It's so thrilling to see that excitement and the noise in the stadium.
And from the first fight, or even before that, there's this murmuring. Which brings me to the question which a lot of people have asked me, why do you charge for ticket sales and like gate entry?
Because honestly speaking, the stadiums that we've been having our events in so far, the capacity has been maybe 2,000-3,000 people. Considering what I could possibly charge for a ticket, considering what the budget of each show is, I mean, it would not even be a drop in the ocean, frankly.
So I would keep it free.
Might as well keep it free. Just bring in the fans, let them see what MFN is doing, and then we will talk about pay-per-view and we will talk about ticketing and all the rest of it.
We'll go to Madison Square Garden and
brilliant.
That'll be something else. Before we end this episode, I have to ask you this question. You have so many supporters. You'll have critics as well.
Yes.
The one critic you listen to and the one supporter you believe in.
Supporter, undoubtedly my son and my daughter. Because they never say anything to bring me down. It's always to elevate, you know. Critic, but in a good way, is my husband. He always tells me, and he told me before we were doing this podcast as well, think and talk, Bhole. Don't just talk, you know. So he ponders things before, you know executing.
I'll tell you this. So just before this podcast, I met your husband. And I said, sir, I work in the same thing. So I said, Krishna bahut अच्छा करिए. हाँ अभी सीखना बहुत कुछ है. But अच्छा करिए. In front of a random, never like immediately like, no. बच्चा भी बड़ा हो रहा है, अच्छा. बहुत कुछ सीखना बाकी है.
Exactly.
Which is incredible. He's so measured.
He's measured.
I guess because he's seen so much.
He's seen so much, really. He's seen so much.
But you're a brilliant combination there, you know, and the two of you all together, I think, is why I think you need to have the right people in your camp. You have too many yes men, and it's all done for.
Correct.
But so much more that we'll actually discuss, including in one of the forthcoming episodes, one of the most asked, it's like one of the most and number one frequently asked question across the world, how much do you make in any profession? Very important. If you're looking at actually bringing young fighters in, and cricket actually did this at the auctions. Once they started to see how much money these boys were making, people started to come in there. And that's what we want to do. We want to have a huge talent pool that also understands the do's and the don'ts. And if you can, if you can't, make a profession out of it. We'll actually deal with that there. Otherwise, all your questions, we'll be leaving that question answer thing open on the Spotify podcast. You can reach into us there. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us.
Thank you,
We'll
Salil.
catch you again soon. Bye-bye and take care.